A few days ago, stock market investors finally took notice of the carnage that was going on in the bond market, the backup in interest rates, and the effect it was having on key interest sensitive sectors of our economy, like the housing industry and the automobile industry. And all of a sudden, the stock market started to tank, and we've had some very big drops in the stock market. And now, finally, today, gold traders noticed what was going on in both the stock market and the bond market, and maybe the implications for the economy. And gold rose about $30 an ounce. Now we're back above $1,220 an ounce. Everybody is complacent. Nobody thinks there's anything to worry about. They're confident that this is just a correction in a bull market and that we have a strong economy. Nothing could be further from the truth. The economy is even a bigger bubble than the stock market. You know, Donald Trump was interviewed today, and one of the things that he claimed is that the U.S. economy was on the verge of collapse when he was elected. And because he was elected, he was able to solve the problems and create a strong economy. Well, he's half right. It was on the verge of collapse when he became president, but now it's on the verge of a bigger collapse, because the only thing Donald Trump has done since being elected president is to blow more air into the bubble. So we're still going to have the crash that he was talking about, only now it's going to happen from a higher level, and it's going to be that much more spectacular. This is going to be a sequel to 2008. And like all sequels, it's going to be bad. This one is going to have an even worse ending than the last one, because it's not going to end with a dollar rally and a sell-off in gold. It's going to end with the opposite. Gold is going to take off and the dollar is going to collapse, and the inflationary recession that is going to follow the bursting of this bubble is going to be far more disruptive and painful for the average American. But it's going to be far more profitable for people who own gold and who buy more gold now. If you recall what happened in 2008, when the financial crisis hit, the price of gold fell. But that's because it was at a then all-time record high of 1,000 in the summer of 2008. People have been buying gold for years. The rally began in 2001 from below 300, and by the time the financial crisis happened, everybody had lots of profits in gold and nobody was short. Fast forward to 2018. Nobody's been buying gold. Gold's about 40% below its 1900 peak set in 2011. In fact, gold traders, hedge funds, are short gold for the first time since 2001, when the price of gold was below $300 an ounce. So when this crisis hits, nobody is sitting on big profits in gold. People are short gold they need to cover, and gold is under-owned. Also, the dollar. In 2008, that summer before the financial crisis, the dollar index was at 70. It was at an all-time record low. Everybody was short the dollar. Fast forward to today, it's the opposite. Everybody is long the dollar. The speculative trade is that the dollar is going to go up. You know, back in 2008, one of the reasons the dollar had been so weak was because we had large budget deficits and large trade deficits, and people were smart enough to realize that was a problem. Well, today, we have even bigger budget deficits and even bigger trade deficits, and nobody thinks it's a problem at all. In fact, they think it's good for the dollar. They think the trade war is good for the dollar. Nothing could be further from the truth. The dollar is going to collapse when this crisis ensues. In fact, it's actually going to be a dollar crisis, not just a financial crisis, a dollar crisis. It's not just going to be mortgages that are in trouble, but U.S. Treasuries. So this sale that we've been having in gold has been going on for years, and you know what? It's about to end. So if you've been thinking about buying more gold or buying more silver, stop thinking and start buying. If you don't own any gold or silver, what are you waiting for? You got to buy it, because the prices are going to start to go up a lot faster, and once it really goes, it's going to leave a lot of people behind. So this is the time, I think, to load the boat with gold. If you already own it, buy more. If you don't own it, get a big position, because this is the beginning of the next leg of the bull market. I think we're going to take out that 2011 high, and we're going much, much higher. $5,000, $10,000, somewhere in there, and maybe even higher, depending if we end up with hyperinflation. It's too soon to tell how the Fed is going to react, but we're going back into recession. The Fed is going to take rates back to zero. They're going to do QE4. It's not going to work. It's going to blow up. The dollar is going to go down. Inflation, CPI, prices are going up. Long-term interest rates will go up. And the Fed is going to have a choice. It's either going to have to save the dollar and allow a much worse financial crisis than 2008, or it's going to try to prevent that financial crisis, and it's going to sacrifice the dollar, and then we could have something far worse. We could have hyperinflation. But before that happens, this is your opportunity. While everybody is still complacent, where people are still willing to sell their gold, buy it from them. And one word of warning to all of you out there who are holding Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, who think you're in a safe haven, who think you own digital gold, you don't. You own fool's gold. Today, while the price of gold was up 3%, Bitcoin was down 5%. I mean, at least so far. Who knows where it'll be by the time you watch this video. But today should show that Bitcoin, unlike gold, is not a safe haven. It's not a store of value. It is a speculative asset that is dropping just like a tech stock. So if you own Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency and you're under the delusion that it's a safe haven, then you need to sell. I mean, if you want to buy it as a speculative asset, fine, that's what it is. I think it's a bad bet. I think you're going to lose. But if you don't think it's a speculative asset, you're wrong. And if you want to buy something that is a true safe haven, buy gold. You know, in fact, a lot of people look at the chart of Bitcoin and they say, oh, there's a lot of support at around 6,000 if you look at the lows or just beneath. But a chart that nobody is looking at is the chart of Bitcoin priced in gold. And if you look at that chart, it looks a lot more ominous for Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin has not been holding lows. It's been trending down. And in fact, today it broke down below a key line. And now I think we're going to have a much bigger drop in the price of Bitcoin measured in gold. Based on where the price of gold is today, it would put Bitcoin down around 5,000. But of course, if gold goes up, then that number would be higher for Bitcoin. But if we get below that level, that's the last level, then I think it's going to be a crash. Then I think there can be an implosion in Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies. So before that happens, you want to sell your Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies and buy gold. You know, at SchiffGold, we were one of the first companies to allow people to use BitPay to convert their Bitcoins into dollars to buy gold. That doesn't mean we accept Bitcoins for gold, but it does mean we make it very easy for you, if you have Bitcoin, to get rid of your Bitcoin and turn it into real gold. And, you know, if you bought Bitcoin years ago and, you know, you have a big profit, ring the cash register. Take your profits, you got lucky, and get out before you lose your profits. If you were unfortunate enough to get suckered into the mania near the top and you bought $10,000, $20,000 Bitcoin, don't hold on and hope you get your money back, because you're going to go down with the ship. The best way you're going to get your money back is to take your losses in Bitcoin and buy some gold, or better yet, buy some silver. You'll be able to make up your losses and then some by doing that trade. And if you don't want to have physical gold and silver in your possession, which you would buy from us at SchiffGold, if you just want to have it digitally, if you want your gold to be on an app on your cell phone, then get an account at Gold Money. But you're actually buying real gold that's stored in your name at a vault owned by Brinks. But now you have gold that you can transfer, just like cryptocurrencies. You could send your gold to any other Gold Money account holder anywhere in the world instantly for nothing. You can get a free debit card. So if for some reason you need to spend your gold or silver, you can use your debit card to do that. And more importantly, it is very easy to open up a Gold Money account and fund it with Bitcoin. And then you can get out of fool's gold and get into real gold or silver before the bottom drops out of the crypto market and gold and silver blow through the roof.